Gold goes over $3,000 an ounce for the first time earlier in 2025. We're seeing numbers now of 3,300, and they're going all over the place. One of the common questions we get here in the office, the concierge side of the office, is what's the best place to be in the market today? And that is a placeholder for individuals to make their own decisions on, but it did make us do some digging and some looking at just the numbers themselves, and we're going to just talk about how they show themselves to us. And right now, one of the better values, in my opinion, is the 2025 American Eagle, the 1/10 ounce gold, but in 70 grade at current pricing levels. Let's take a peek. So the American Eagle program has been out there in silver and in gold since 1986. So we're looking at 2025 as the 40th anniversary. Go figure, the 40th anniversary. Now we're at what? $3,000+ an ounce, which makes it a little bit prohibitive for the average individual to jump in. And we all know that the 1 ouncer has the smallest premium to bullion, and since it costs the same amount of money to strike, so in essence, the 10th ounce, the $5 gold you're looking at right now, is the one that normally has the huge premium on it. That's why I love this today. It doesn't with this group that we bought. Well, let's take a history of where we see gold. Okay, 1980, we talk about silver getting over $50 an ounce, but in 1980, gold got to 2,200-ish, right? The last time silver got to $50 an ounce was give or take 2011, right? And gold got to 2,500-ish at that time. And today we're seeing a similar scenario with gold driving, silver holding back a little bit. A lot of value still there in a lot of people's minds, but that's another conversation. So we're looking at gold and trying to find gold, right? And the provisions inside of how countries interact and exchange to make American products more attractive, etc., does apply in a lot of areas like this. The PAM Swiss are having a real hard time importing product into this country because of the tariff scenarios and the prices. And as a result, our prices now are cleaner, simpler, and better. If you look at this coin in the holder, a capsule itself, not a 70 NGC holder. The competition's at $439 to $449 with gold at where it is today. And that's not a horrible price. We get calls all the time, and whenever we get a roll in, it disappears in a few hours. So when we saw this small group available, it was part of a bigger deal, and we were able to carve it out. And I can get under 500, where it's normally 600 for the same exact piece. It was like, okay, now let's do some research. Let's dig behind. So if you look at this coin, certified, because that's what this is, a perfect 70. What has the trending been? How many have NGC certified over the last few years? Here are the numbers. Last year, there was 11,324. 2023, 13,228. Traditionally, whenever gold drives, the numbers in 70 are soft. Know why? Because people are buying and holding in bullion. Well, tonight, for a $50 premium, basically, you can not only have the bullion, you can get the perfect 70, which nullifies the premium on a 70. But here's the best part. You look at the pop numbers as of right now. We're not at 11,000. We're not at 13,000 and change. We're at 5,773. And that number has not changed but by a few coins in the last 60 days. So as I referenced, where's the money going? It's getting pushed into just outright bullion. 1 gram bars, 5 gram bars, right? Which now are more of a premium because most of those are imported from Switzerland and outside the United States. So right now, the American Eagle just looks attractive because of just the relationship to bullion itself. And then the premium and the rarity tied in for the 70s. Now, the label is very clean. This is what they call the blue label scales, which is their basic label. But there's a brown scale and a blue scale. This is the blue. All of our coins are the blue. So what you're seeing is what you're getting. They also happen to all be early release as well, which just means they went through the system in January. Had to be the first 30 days to get this title on the holder. Some people love the acronyms associated with these: first day of issue, early release, etc. I understand. This happens to be one of them, but there's no premium here for it. Now, we did find one of our competitors with the brown label, the regular coin, not the blue label we're seeing here. Everything else is identical. But they were at $5.89. So a competitive price. As I referenced, $5.99 is kind of where the 70s have been for most of this year, with gold at that 3,000 level area and driving. But I look at it with a different perspective, and that is not only the bullion content, but the rarity of a 70, the value of the best, and tying it all together. Guys, give me a 30-second clock. We did have a lot of these, a lot of people on the phones. Thank you. What other gold do we have? And it disappears very quickly, but if you go to abccoins.com and just type in the word gold, or look for the American Eagle bar across the top and hit gold, you'll see what we do have in stock of the various proofs, uncirculated, some of them certified as well. But tonight, the number in 70 is half of that of the previous year. That's 5,000 plus different. That's a great benefit. With UNC coins in the mid 400s anyways, the premium for a 70 isn't there. At least $5.89 it is, but at $4.99, phenomenal value. Give us a call.